Marvelous Miss Momo here. We are back at it with Tangle Tower. Hopefully, most likely, I'm going to beat the game today. Ooh, and before we get started streaming, I want to show y'all something which is a lot of fun. I had a new animated emote made for subscribers, so Chi, you'll be able to use this. Ta-da! It sprinkles as Bongo Cat! Super, super cute. I love it. Thank you, Yui, for making it for me. Alright, let's get to this. Alright, so before, quick little recap, we found... Oh, that... I keep doing the wrong button. We found... Where is it? Oh, we don't have it as evidence. Oh, here it is. This little guy. Left to us by Freya. So either she faked her death, or ghosts are a thing in this universe, or someone's pretending to be Freya. One of the three. So, and also I watched some other people play this game because I could not figure out how to get Penny to confess that knows about Poppy and Fitz being kind of into each other. And I found out what it is, and it's one of those things where it's a little bit annoying. There's also something here I forget. Let me check it out. Probably going over the crime scene? Yeah. We'll get back to that. Because I actually missed some evidence before. And we haven't gone up to here yet, which is an area we discovered when we looked through Pointer's telescope. So firstly, I want to go here. And apparently, I forgot to click on this, which is part of the evidence.
Supposedly, Freya was working on the painting when she was killed. Looks like she was still holding her paintbrush and palette when she fell.
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
The palette has a variety of paints loaded onto it. The largest is a ball of black in the middle. The paintbrush is still covered with dried red paint. Well, we know it to be blood, I think. And I think that's it in here. And then, I'll wait to do the big reveal here, because I want to talk to Fifi about the palette real quick.
The red paint on the brush is not paint. It is blood. Same for the palette.
So Freya added the blood to the painting herself?
Or blood got on the brush and palette some other way?
I do not know the answer.
Well, we did find out that her paint pot had blood in it, so... Unfortunately, things can be a little bit out of order sometimes. Alright, one other person I want to talk to is Poppy about the palette.
Freya would always load up the palette with all the exact colors she was gonna need. I think it helped her zone out and focus on the actual painting itself, like getting all your sheet music lined up before playing a long piece.
Right. So the blob of black paint in the middle, that was for painting Flora?
Flora's dress, yeah. She wears even more black than I do.
Okay, I feel like that will potentially be important later. Alright, now last thing, I do want to go ahead and confront Penny before we do the big stuff.
An especially fancy cage.
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
I forgot that this counted as evidence, and with it we'll be able to confront Penny. Because there's an element to her knowing about Fitz and Poppy that I forgot about, and we'll find out soon.
I must say the girls are awfully well behaved today. I think they know we're in the presence of company.
They belong to you? Why do you keep them in a cage?
They need a special diet, particular treatment. I let them out to fly occasionally, of course. But they're all one of a kind. I couldn't let anything happen to them.
Do they have names?
Of course. Let me introduce you to Tabitha, Tamara, and Tatiana.
I've already forgotten all three of those names.
Which one is which?
Oh, that's simple. Tatiana is the oldest, Tabitha is the most patient, and Tamara has the best sense of rhythm.
Glad we cleared that up.
Red.
On my head? He's just my hat. He doesn't have a name. Who would name their hat?
There's something about those petals we found in Penny's room. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Finally.
So, yeah, we found this.
Oh, that's nothing.
You wrote, "Now I'll get her," on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not nothing.
Actually, it's not the message I wanted to ask about. It's those red flower petals.
The petals.
They're from red roses, and there's only one place in Tangle Tower with red roses.
We need a clue. Something that shows the roses and who they belong to.
Where's that picture? Here it is.
It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
I can't imagine what you're getting at, but it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
Is it really only accessible from those two bedrooms?
For most people, it would be. But don't forget, Penny's the resident ornithologist.
My dears, what are you accusing me of?
Let's see. One of Penny's birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz. Steal evidence
One of
from
Penny's
them.
birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal evidence from them. We know those two have been spending time together in the rooftop garden. I'm guessing you got paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
I'm just not the jealous type. I would never suspect Fitz of anything like that. Besides, Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
I love how she
We need
outed
clues to
herself
compare
by
with Penny's
saying a
birds.
particular
Something
bird.
to prove one of them has been in the rooftop garden. Let's take a closer look at these.
Come on. Let's see.
This yellow feather was left behind by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
I can't stand it! Knowing the two of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. I couldn't risk spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me. I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny,
Smart bird.
but are you not overreacting a little?
I don't know about that.
Don't understand. Fitz is slipping away from me. He's so quiet with me these days, but being with Poppy seems to bring him out of his shell. I don't know what he sees in her miserable little... I apologize. This really isn't your burden to bear.
So finally got to do that. Let's see. Is there any other evidence I forgot about? I don't think there is. I think it was just that. One thing I also just this kind of reminds me of a situation I actually saw with a real life person where they liked the elder person from one family more until they got older and the younger person got older and they were like, oh, I actually get along better with this person. But, like, they didn't notice before because of the age gap, you know? But, yeah. Let's see. Now I think I can go ahead and go back to the main story. Go up here. Hello?
What is that?
Not sure. Some kind of reel?
Looks like it might attach to something.
Brass rail with a screw at the top. Coiled around the heel is a length of fine red rope.
Where's that light coming from?
Well, it's just daylight, I think. There's a decent gap between those floorboards.
And this is where she was killed. It occurs to me it would have made more sense if she was stabbed on the left side where her heart was. Which is kind of sad because I wonder if she drowned in her own blood then, since she wasn't stabbed in the heart.
Someone painted out the window.
Do you think it was done recently?
No idea. Either way, it's pretty suspicious.
Think that's all that's in here? I'll double
What's
check.
in that little box? I bet it's bones. A skull, at least.
You know, maybe I won't open it.
Okay, I think that's all I need to see in here. But I will click this because of fun.
It's a statue of a wolf, standing up straight, like a man.
You know, there's a name for that.
I know.
It's not quite as dusty as everything else up here. Also, it's not a statue. It's stuffed.
There's been at least one werewolf in this world. Also, something else I want to talk about before we move on is that it kind of occurred to me
What is that?
I think it's a family tree.
that in the previous game we meet Richard Remington. In this game we meet Flora Remington. So I'm wondering if in the third installment we'll meet Primrose Remington or find out more about her. It kind of seems like I'm wondering if the biggest fight that happened between these three is how, like, to deal with cryptids. Because Flora is known to have, like, a cryptid as a pet. Which is, like, this bird here. And then Richard was part of an organization to hunt cryptids. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a big argument. And now the question is, where did Primrose stand with it? Alright. Now let's do the crime scene thing.
We know a little more about the crime scene now. So, what do you think? Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
Is used to hide, prove existence. Blood from the paint pot, maybe? Was used to paint the red tip of painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife. Hide the evidence to prove maybe this.
Blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
I think you're right. Can't decide if I'm disappointed or relieved.
I have a question. Why?
Either it's a very strange coincidence, or somebody set it up.
Somebody deliberately put blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime. Why? To distract us?
Probably.
Possibly.
It worked.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the only person who could have hidden the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do know. The door was locked the whole time. It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally, it can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
So whatever got Freya got Flora too?
Except Flora survived. She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything. It might not even be important.
How is it not important?
Right now, I'm less interested in the what, and more interested in the how.
The angle of Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle. That is, from directly in front of her. But she was standing right up by the canvas.
Somehow, Freya ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with a painting.
Maybe something went through it.
Through the painting? Wouldn't that leave a hole?
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over? Maybe her being stabbed and her falling over are completely unrelated.
Smart girl. I think the first thing we need to do is mess with this crab given to us by Freya. This is my new friend. He likes music. Simple melodies will move his soul. Best of luck, you two, Freya. And when we look at this guy, bell, mouth, piano, bird. Hello. Luckily, the game saves these images for me, so I don't have to write them down. We need to go see Poppy.
Yeah, it's mine.
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
One more. To the gramophone. And this must be why Freya had a recording of herself humming.
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune.
Got it.
That's all 4 melodies, I think.
So, what do we do with them?
Should we go back to the gardens again?
Let's try this again.
Alright. I'm
You know,
glad
I
they do
think
this
we
for
might
me.
be able to solve this now.
That's not it. That's it. That's it. Go. There we go.
That's gotta be right.
Nothing. Maybe it's broken.
Wait, do you hear that?
Well, time to get eaten by a gargoyle.
Where do you think it goes?
Down.
Hello, basement. Underneath. Oh, not what I meant to do.
What's in there? It's a little diagram of a beetle, with some incomprehensible notes scribbled next to it.
That's weird.
What?
It looks really normal compared to the beetles behind the glass.
It's the golden beetle, I bet.
It looks like they're being boiled, but the liquid is ice cold.
Oh, interesting.
A cracked
cracked
glass
this?
tank with 9 little rooms. Each one has 1 or 2 insects inside. I can't tell if they're still alive.
I like that you called them rooms. Forensic Entomology, Volume 3.
That's an incredibly specific area of study. Hand-drawn entomology charts.
Is it locked?
Seems likely, doesn't it?
Alright, I think I need to
Weird-looking
create...
safe.
Oop,
I'm pretty sure the latches can slide into the middle.
need to create like a maze from this one to this one. Puzzle. think I might actually. Nope. This one. There we go. You line up. I bet this one actually has to go further. We'll save that for last. If I do it there, that's not really helpful. Maybe there? But I need something that'll line up with this. And something that'll line up with that. Probably this? Hang on. Oh, hello. That looks promising. But then I'm stuck. Ooh, maybe that's it.
No, that was it.
Yes!
Nice work.
Not bad.
Anything inside?
Yeah, more research.
It's Boggy! And a whole bunch of other stuff. A folder containing research notes and diagrams. Number 1. A unique flora and fauna is the byproduct of a number of as-yet unidentified chemicals. Number 2. These chemicals are continually present in the water, forming clouds and filling the lake, quote-unquote. This causes a variety of mutations in plants and animals. Smaller creatures such as arachnids, insects, mollusks, amphibians, and crustaceans are the most affected. However, the chemicals may travel up the food chain and cause mutations in birds and reptiles. As far as we know, mammals remain completely unaffected.
Whose research is this? This is some seriously in-depth research.
That's impressive, but it's incomplete. There's a section missing.
This must be Percival's lab.
So, this is Pointer's secret lab.
Definitely seems like he's the one using it.
I guess not a lot of people know about the secret entrance.
Right. But if Pointer's the only one who comes down here, why would he need to lock his research in a safe? Who's he hiding it from?
He's just
Interesting.
paranoid, especially about his golden beetle.
What do you think he's trying to do exactly?
Pointer golden beetle has been trying to feed the golden beetle.
Pointer has been trying to breed the golden beetle in the underground laboratory.
Why? Because it's rare?
Because it's gold?
Is that it?
I think so. I don't think he cares about entomology any more than he cares about astronomy. He just wants to get one over on Felix. If he can breed his own gold, suddenly Poppy's inheritance is looking pretty,
Infinite. Might explain why he was so worried about losing the beetle. Maybe somebody did steal it.
Might have been Freya after all. We know she was trying to get through the secret door in the garden.
She might not have known what was down here, though. Maybe she was just curious.
Curious, sure, but not naive. I reckon she knew what was going on.
I think we're still missing the bigger picture. There's no way this is all just about a beetle. We're done.
Ready to go down? Again?
The basement's basement. Hey, this kind of looks like Echo's coat.
It's an old coat rack. Looks thoroughly neglected.
2 cloaks. And a green hat draped on top for good measure.
Basements don't normally have windows.
We're at the bottom of the lake. We must be.
Right. But if that's the lake bed, why does it look like that?
Like what?
White, smooth,
Ooh. Is it man-made?
no plants, no anything. That's not what a lake looks like.
Where are we?
Did you notice how much light this room has? For a room with 1 candle?
It's all coming through the window.
I'm pretty sure lakes are supposed to be darker at the bottom, not lighter.
Why is there a room down here anyway? And why is it so much older than the rest of Tangle Tower?
We still don't really know why people came to live here in the first place.
Maybe they just wanted to get rich, like Pointer with his beetles.
I feel like the Remingtons came here for the lake, for what was in it.
It's empty though. More empty than a normal lake would be.
It is now, yeah. Maybe we're too late.
There's a roll of paper up there.
I'll see if I can reach it.
Let me guess. Blank.
Ooh. It's plans. Misted Mansion. Can't click on anything. That looks like a... Hello.
Study. Wait.
I know what you're thinking. And no, we never went in there.
How did we miss it? Storage.
It's Freya's room. This seems pretty significant.
Agreed.
Misted Mansion North Side cross section. A roll of parchment on which the plans for a grand mansion have been drawn. Horizontal line marks where the lake was before, and a second marks where it is now. The mansion has been built on top of a large structure above the lake supported by pillars. Freya's room is listed as storage. A room labeled study is in the center. Is this... Oh, is this where the lake is now? I'm not entirely sure which is which. I'm assuming this is where the lake is now. Interesting. I don't know.
We're too late. This photograph has been stabbed.
Why? By what?
Not sure. Some kind of metal stabbing thingy.
Looks like an arrowhead. A sleek but sturdy metal rod has been stabbed into a photograph. The rod has a curved and pointed tip like an arrow, or the hand of a clock. It has a small loop at the back with a short length of red rope connected to it. The metal is perfectly clean and polished.
So what's the photo?
Looks like Lord Remington. Wow, there were a lot of those birds. It's been framed, but is slightly damp. The photograph shows a young girl. I bet that's Flora. A large man is sitting next to her. Around them are several red and white birds. A metal object was stabbed into the photo, leaving a hole near the man's chest. A grudge, perhaps? Interesting.
Do you know who it is? In the photo? This man in the photo, he reminds me of something.
The statue
from
up
one
front?
of our clues.
I don't know if we have a picture of the statue. Oh, here it is.
Felix made a little model of him? For Flora?
Yeah, It makes sense when you know who he is. Lord Remington.
Remington. That makes him Flora's father, meaning the girl in the photo is...
Yeah, it's her. See the bird, too.
I never would have guessed. Times sure do change.
I don't know. I don't think she looks so different.
What's this book?
A single book on a little makeshift table.
This is creeping me out slightly.
Why?
I think it's a children's book.
Ooh. Amphobe, Ink Dip, Soul Bearer, and Silver Snake. Mistids of the Sea and Sky, a children's picture book. It looks very old. The Ink Dip, an elegant bird with red and white plumage. The Silver Snake, an aquatic reptile with no eyes and a long tongue. The Soul Bearer, crab with 3 differently sized claws. The Amphobe, frog-like creature walking on 2 legs.
Let's head back up to the Grand Hall. I want to find that last room.
Nighttime now.
Wow, it's dark all of a sudden.
How long were we down there?
This must be it. This thing goes all the way up.
How are we supposed to get up there?
Hang on, it's pitch black, but I think there's a switch. A ladder.
Want to go up?
Ooh, that was loud. The Hidden Heart. Find your way into the secret room. That was an achievement.
Dragon?
Snake?
Worm?
That's the one. Do those look like scratch marks to you? On the glass?
Yeah,
Oops. I thought she was done.
they're on the inside.
Oh, creepy. So maybe they used to keep things in here. Hello.
An axe and some kind of hunting rifle, mounted on the wall.
Honestly, doesn't look like they've been moved in a few years.
I'm more worried about the third one.
The third one?
The one that isn't there.
Looks like it used to have a crossbow.
An incinerator built into the wall.
Sorry, that was my phone.
It's still pretty hot.
Is there anything left inside?
It's mostly ashes. But yeah, there's something.
Oh, she burned the feather. That's so mean. Not much more than a pile of dust and ash. Among the ashes are several black buttons. Red-colored scraps of fabric are still visible. Weird.
They called this room a study?
What would you call it?
The secret death chamber of doom. It's a wooden pinboard, hung up on one of the chains.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
Hello. A large central sheet of paper has been pinned to it. 4 lines have been drawn from a gap in the center. A smaller sheet underneath features a drawing resembling the silhouette of a cloaked figure. Look familiar, y'all?
Coffee table, half-empty wine bottle, lamp left on. I'm gonna say someone's been using this room.
Someone complacent enough to leave their notebook lying around.
Several pages have been ripped out, but a few remain. 5th Ambassador located, finally. Can't say I harbored any optimism, but still somehow disappointed. No better than the rest of them. Took my misted friend into the music room for experiments. It works, perhaps too well. The laboratory was another disappointment. All that effort for what? He's even more short-sighted than I could have guessed. Went to the bottom, nice view. It's been mostly cleaned out, but I have what I need. She got in, she was careful, nothing was moved, but I know. It's time.
Someone's been using this room. I don't get it. This room is in the original building plans for the mansion, but nowadays it's some big secret?
It's not a secret to everybody. At least one other person still knows about this room.
The way the notebook was left out on the table makes me think it's someone who has the room all to themselves.
Whoever it was, they left more than just the notebook. There's a whole design project on this pinboard. Feels like someone put quite a bit of effort into it.
It's a shame there are things missing from it. I'm betting it'd make more sense if we could see it all together.
That might not be impossible, you know.
Where is it? So Freya didn't draw this. Whoever's using this room did.
The painting from Freya's room and those sketches. Did Freya design Detective Hawkshaw's clothes? What kind of sense does that make?
I don't think that's why Freya made that painting, but it may have been why somebody took a photo of it to use as reference. And as for those sketches of Hawkshaw, I don't think Freya actually drew them. It was somebody else. Someone with less of a talent for art.
Doesn't exactly narrow it down. Should we go ask Detective Hawkshaw about all this?
I'm not sure. I still don't know what's really going on.
Who are all the people in this photo?
Not sure, but it looks like someone didn't like them very much. Their eyes have all been crossed out.
Interesting. A photograph in a sturdy wooden frame. Its dusty and looks several years old. A brass plaque at the base of the frame reads, "The Ambassadors of Misted Mansion." The photo shows 2 women and 3 men wearing a variety of different styles of clothing. All 5 people have had their faces crudely covered with black ink. So when I first played this game, I thought all of these people were murdered by the person who's been coming in here, but we know Richard Remington was murdered by the person in the previous game. So that makes me wonder if any of them are dead, or any of the rest of these people. I'm gonna guess that that's Primrose, because she looks a lot like Poppy. Now I'm also wondering, like, what it means to be an ambassador of this place, because this guy was hunting Mistids for sport, basically. So is that like... So it leaves me to wonder, were the Remingtons harming or helping Mistids? Because Flora seems to have a fondness for them, as did Lord Remington. At the very least, the birds. I'm gonna guess this is Penny's mother. And... because they also look kind of like. I think this might be Felix's brother. Or potentially. Though this guy looks more like Fitz than this guy does, but I don't know. It's interesting. I hope we get to learn more about these people in the 3rd game.
That photo is important. I'm sure of it.
Oh.
Is that a crab?
It's got a translucent exoskeleton. You can actually see its insides.
Also, crabs normally have 2 claws, right? Not 3? You sure we should be touching it?
Grimoire, don't you think it looks familiar?
The limbs of the creature can be rotated and the claws can be opened and closed. Ooh.
This crab really reminds me of something.
That little wooden toy we found?
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to help us. I think I've seen it more recently.
The book. Did we keep the book? Aha! The children's book. So, opened a lot, Opened a little, not opened at all. Pointed right, pointed left. Wonder if I might just take a picture of this with my phone, just so I don't have to go back and forth. Okay. It might be a little cheeky, but I'm doing it.
Is that a crab?
It's got
also crab.
Okay, let's see. Oh my god! No. I broke him, y'all. No, stop. I keep... Okay, I hope this isn't too finicky about it. Okay, it's only 2 modes, open and closed. I think that's too much. I'm gonna kill this crab again.
Perfect.
Awesome. There's the crossbow.
What's this?
something somebody didn't want us to find. What is it?
5 people.
Another photograph.
Their faces are all crossed out with some kind of black ink.
That's weird.
Oh, you think so?
No, I mean, something I just realized. Sally, did we meet any of these people here at Tangle Tower?
Well, the woman on the left looks a little like Poppy, but her style is way different. And at first I thought the guy on the top right was Felix, but now that I look at it, I don't think it is him.
Was someone trying to hide it? From us?
I don't know, but it looks incomplete to me. I want to know what happened to the rest of it. Where are the other parts?
Hidden if they were destroyed. We found them already.
We found them already.
Remember who had that, y'all? Oh, where is it? Ah, here it is.
What do you make of it?
Not sure. Let's keep an open mind.
You don't think the crossbow is the murder weapon?
Oh no, the crossbow is definitely the murder weapon. But that doesn't mean we've solved the mystery.
The murder? The murder.
Time to solve this.
I almost wonder if there's anything else to look at in here. It's probably not super significant. I'll let it be. Machinations? Machinations? Is that how you pronounce that? I've never seen that word.
All right, break out the notebook. Time to put it all together.
Let's start with this. It's an arrow for the crossbow, and it matches Freya's wound. It's the murder weapon. I'm sure of it.
Despite the fact it doesn't have any blood on it, and it
was
wasn't
cleaned.
found anywhere near the crime scene.
Mm-hmm. It was
was
cleaned,
moved.
Then it was hidden. I don't think anybody expected us to get down to that room at the bottom of the lake.
Okay, so Freya was shot by a crossbow. Where was it fired from?
It was fired from above.
It was fired from above Freya.
Above, huh?
Yeah, our diagram doesn't show everything. Let's add in the rest of the crime scene.
The attic.
Perfect hiding place. We even found a part of the murder weapon up there. The reel was used to pull the arrow back up through the crack in the floorboards.
Explains why we never found a weapon at the crime scene, I guess.
The murderer must have dropped the reel in the attic. I'm guessing they were in a hurry to escape.
Wait. The arrow was fired through the crack in the floorboards?
Yeah, it's directly above where Freya was found lying on her back.
Nope. Doesn't add up. It would have missed her if she was still standing up by the painting.
Ah, right.
Unless... Freya was already lying on her back before the arrow was fired.
I think so too. She'd fallen unconscious.
Something in the room caused Freya to fall unconscious.
The gramophone.
Right.
But the gramophone by itself can't do that.
There was something in the gramophone.
Mm-hmm. Something small.
This thing has a really loud hiss that it makes.
Pointer's research says it can emit an incredibly loud hiss when it feels threatened. Poppy and Fitz both said they heard a loud noise around the time of the murder. Neither of them had any idea what it was.
This seems a little far-fetched. Is it really loud enough to knock someone out?
No, I don't think so, not by itself. But don't forget, it was being amplified by the shape of the gramophone. I don't think we're purely talking about volume either. It might just be a particular type of frequency.
It just occurred to me, the murderer was very lucky that Freya fell right in line with the crack, because if she fell forward, or to the side, or to the other side, they'd be like, well, so much for that plan.
This is getting kinda scientific. Since when do you know anything about the effects of weaponized audio frequency?
I don't, but I think someone else does. Do you remember that statue we found in the music room? The hornet's playing. It's a pretty similar shape to the one on the gramophone. That broken glass isn't there on accident. This is someone's science experiment.
Thinking about it, Pointer said he saw Flora was knocked out too. I guess they were both in range of the noise, although Pointer might have been lying.
Personally, I think he was telling the truth about that. It's pretty clear a powerful frequency did pass through Flora's tower. Caused quite a bit of damage too.
And her paints are cracked.
Those cracks didn't appear out of nowhere. Freya's paints, the pink cassette tape, and the gramophone itself, they all sustained similar damage while they were in that room.
That's some seriously powerful vibration, enough to crack metal, enough to knock someone out all the way across a room.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't get. If the frequency was so powerful and had such a big range, how did the murderer pull it off? Wouldn't they have been in range too? Think about it. They can't have been much further away from the gramophone than Flora was.
They protected themselves.
How?
These are some pretty heavy-duty earmuffs. I think they'd be enough to block out the sound.
Right. Let's go over everything from the start. 1. Freya is painting Flora's portrait. They're listening to music on the gramophone.
2. The murderer is hiding in the attic, wearing earmuffs.
3. The golden beetle starts to emit its hissing noise.
Hold on. How did it know?
The beetle?
Yeah, what triggered it at that particular moment? Pointer's research said it makes the noise when it feels threatened.
Not sure. Maybe something in the music?
Maybe.
4. Freya and Flora are both knocked unconscious by the vibrations. Freya lands on her back. She drops the brush and palette by her side.
5. The murderer fires the crossbow directly downwards.
6. The arrow is pulled back up on the reel.
7. The murderer leaves the attic, presumably.
8. The door is kicked down. Fitz and Poppy enter the room.
That's it. There's something bothering me.
What?
I just want to check something. Let's go back to the crime scene.
Alright, you ready, Hall? Before we get into this, I will go into it more later, but there's like a huge, like, plot hole in the end of the game, which really bothers me, but I'll get more into that when the game is over and I can get into it in the credits.
answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it. The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
What do they want me to do? Like, how do I trigger what they want me to do?
The plant. It's in the book.
What?
Look.
Weird that Fitz said he never saw it. But it's the ink dip food.
Freya, did you leave us a clue?
Okay, seriously, how do I trigger this? Here we go.
So what's bothering you?
Something that's not here. The thing we didn't find. We know she was holding it during the painting.
Flora's ink dip feather?
It was here. In this room. Where'd it go?
We found it somewhere else.
This is such a cruel thing to do.
We were a little too late to save it.
So it was stolen from the crime scene. And ended up in the incinerator down in the study.
Someone wanted to destroy it, I guess.
But how? How was it stolen from up here in Flora's tower?
Presumably, Flora dropped it when she fell unconscious.
Yeah, and then what? The murderer couldn't have stolen it if they were up in the attic.
So the question is, how could they steal something from a room they weren't able to access? The final clue about the crime scene. Freya left it for us right here. It's in the unfinished painting. It's not quite a photo, but still, it's an image of the crime scene recorded just before the murder. If only she'd finished it, then I could be totally sure.
It's true she never finished it, but she did intend to finish it.
Meaning?
We know more about the painting than what Freya actually got down on the canvas. Freya prepared all the colors she was going to need before she started painting.
The yellow paint isn't actually paint. It was added, dripped onto stake by Freya. It's going to be used to paint this sketch. Something sitting in the
The yellow
window.
paint was going to be used to paint the sketch of something sitting in the window.
Something in the window. Oh.
Hello.
There she is. Our little thief.
How long has it been there? Did it hear the whole conversation?
She did. But she's a very good listener. Well now, I think this has quite served its purpose, don't you?
How'd she get the
Penny,
fake scar off that
Why
quickly?
did you...
It's Penelope, if you don't mind. But before we begin, isn't there a certain formality demanding our attention?
Where... Ah.
Lovely. Now, tell me, what was it that drove you this far? I'm ever so curious.
Justice. For Freya.
Is that right? Interesting.
Why did you do it, Penny? What did Freya do to you?
Absolutely nothing.
So, what? You just hated her indiscriminately?
Freya Fellow was an inspiration to us all. She was possessed of a great energy, the volition to create something from nothing, the willpower to walk beyond her boundaries. She was truly free. Everything I couldn't be.
You know what? I just realized I actually have no idea who Penelope Pointer really is.
Weird, isn't it? Considering we've met her, 3 times now?
Exactly. How do we know this one isn't a disguise too?
You think you've already hollowed us out, don't you? Only a few short hours at Tangle Tower, and you feel like you've got everyone sussed. Unearthed every single one of our secrets. Nothing but bullet points for your notebook. Go on, indulge me. What does it say in your notes about Penelope Pointer? Suppose I can't argue with that, can I?
Penny, we only know what you choose to tell us, so why not help us out?
Very well. Penelope Pointer is actually not very important at all. She pales in comparison to those who came before her and to those that came after. Living at Tangle Tower, it is very difficult to attain the levels of self-realization you probably take for granted.
You sure this is a Tangle Tower thing, and not a you thing?
Perhaps you didn't notice. Not one of them is happy, not one.
So why stay? Why not just leave?
I thought she did leave. Penny, you said you traveled, didn't you?
I did. Many times I've walked away. It did not help me. You saw the family tree hanging in the grand hall, did you not?
Yeah, it lists a bunch of people who don't live here anymore.
A bunch of people who don't live here anymore. I couldn't have put it better myself. My mother, for one. My father, too. The other 2 Remingtons. Poppy's mother, Primrose. And her brother, Richard.
And Fitz's father.
That's 5. 5 people that might have lived here, but don't.
And that was the first question I wanted answered.
Oh, so the other person in that picture was probably her father then. Maybe? Maybe.
You wanted to know where they'd all gone?
More than that, I wanted to know if I belonged with them. I have no place here. Not among the Fellows, the Remingtons, or the Pointers. But I felt there must be a reason why everyone else left. Some common purpose they all shared. Perhaps it could be my purpose too.
So, what did you actually do about it?
Nothing I could do, at first. Nobody would tell me anything. The more questions I asked, the fewer answers I got. Then, I found it. I was 19. Same age Freya is now.
Found what?
Is. Hold on. She said Freya is now. Did Freya fake her death?
The study. The one hidden in the middle of the house. It's right next to a bedroom.
I'd hear voices at night. Deep ones. And the strangest thing, the wall behind my bed would get incredibly hot. For hours on end. The paint would peel. Wallpaper wouldn't stay up. I thought I was cursed. I thought it was something trying to break through. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. I found my way in the same way you did. Once you know it's there, it's simple.
So, you got into the study and found the incinerator. That must have been a relief, right?
It was still warm when I found it.
Wait, but who were the people that were using it while she was there?
Then, I looked inside. Let's see how thorough you've been. Tell me, do you know what a misted is?
Misted?
I'm sorry, are we going to skip the fact that you're not going to tell us what was inside the incinerator? I thought that was going to be important.
Mistids? Sure, yeah.
You're more observant than I thought.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
It's a collective term from before my time. Birds, insects, amphibians, anything living off the lake water. The mutation can take several generations, or it can happen overnight.
Wait, Mistids. Like cryptids. Like Bigfoot or whatever.
A little egregious, isn't it? I suspect that was an intentional parallel. The main difference being Mistids are perfectly real. They're just kept secret. Or at least, that was the original plan. As it happened, some got out. Quite a few got out.
How do you know all this?
When I entered the study at 19, I found a single object that rather changed my life. Something which answered my questions while at once creating all new ones.
Is it the book?
That's not it.
Oh. Is it this?
The 5 missing family members standing together as a single unit, calling themselves the ambassadors of Misted Mansion.
So, the
I wonder-
house was renamed from Misted Mansion to Tangle Tower?
Oops, sorry for pausing too soon. But I wonder if that's why Richard was trying to kill all the Mistids, because they got out, and rather than trying to bring them back in, which might have been what Flora or Primrose wanted, he was just going to kill them because he thought it would be easier. That actually makes a lot of sense. When I first played this game, I thought, like I said before, I thought Penny killed all those people. Which is why Freya freaked out. But now I'm wondering if she even found them, like, period. Like, she said she found one of them. Maybe it was Richard. I don't know.
And rightly so. The age of Misted Mansion is long past. When I looked inside the incinerator on my first visit to the study, I found nothing but ash. The
Oh.
afterimage of a bygone era, denied to me in its entirety.
So yeah, I'm wondering why Freya freaked out and why Penny killed her. Because before I thought Freya freaked out because she found out Penny was a murderer that killed all the people in that photo. But now I'm not quite so sure.
The study, the room at the bottom of the lake itself. All empty shells. I felt my only hope lay with the ambassadors. If I could find them, maybe they'd share the family history that Flora and the others were trying so hard to forget.
How did you track them down?
It was tough. They'd taken almost everything. Books, maps, charts. The creatures themselves, all lost. Taken away or destroyed. But I got lucky. I got a lead. I found one, and he led me to the rest.
And what happened? Why'd you paint out all their faces?
They didn't help you either, did they?
19-year-old me had imagined they'd all left with a mission, a unified purpose, but they hadn't. They were, in fact, every bit as fractured as the people that still live here.
Okay, so I guess she did find them then.
Most of them had left tracking escaped Mistids. Some claimed to be researchers, others little more than hunters. All 5, completely useless to me.
Even your own parents?
Eventually, I returned to Tangle Tower. I had nowhere else to go. I considered giving up, but instead, I made a decision. There was only one person at Tangle Tower still of interest to me. My dear Uncle Pointer had suddenly made a show of taking up astronomy. A fairly superficial charade. I don't think many people were fooled by it. But I knew it wasn't just a falsehood. It was a mask. Pointer had found something from the era of Misted Mansion.
So where did he get the beetle?
I cannot be sure, but I theorize that he received it in the post.
In the post? From who?
Who can say? Someone outside Tangle Tower. But the thought that he would be in contact with such a person, all that time, I decided to take what was owed to me.
So you stole it.
Stealing the beetle turned out to be only the first step. Upon realizing it was gone, Pointer made little effort to disguise his frustration. I asked what was bothering him. He foresaw no risk in sharing a little of the truth with his niece. He told me he'd lost a rare treasure, something he'd been keeping safe. I suggested, innocently, that perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it had been stolen. He was very ready to believe he'd been the victim of theft. When I offered to call in a private detective, he jumped on the idea. She arrived the next day. Hawkshaw prides herself on her punctuality, as you know.
Why, though? Why go through all that? The name, the costume, and everything?
It's somewhat sad to admit, but I had little use left for Penny Pointer as she was. Hawkshaw afforded me new advantages, opportunities.
But didn't you have to pretend to be working for Professor Pointer?
Well, that was one of the advantages. Pointer was in such a desperate state, he was finally willing to share some of his secrets. On the second day, Hawkshaw explained she needed to be able to search the secret laboratory. Pointer gave in and gave me the code for the harp statue. Reluctantly, but still.
So, you stole Pointer's research?
I would have done, if I'd found anything worth stealing. But he had made remarkably little progress, barely scratching the surface of the beetle's true mystery.
Which is?
It carries an exoskeleton approximately 90% identical to gold. But it's not the 90% I'm interested in. Did you ever question what exactly makes the water here so unique? Before Misted Mansion was built over the lake, before the lake was even a lake, Lord Remington and his wife built a small structure here, a research station, supposedly. Fast forward 2 or 3 generations, and as you saw for yourself, it's been mostly clear that.
The ambassadors took everything when they left.
And everything they didn't take was burned in the incinerator. However,
Damn.
possessing additional insight, I found something the others had missed. It's not much, but I have what I need.
So, why isn't this the end of the story? Why did you stay? Why did you kill Freya?
The Will of Freya Fellow.
Simply put, Freya was too good for me. It's my fault. I pushed her over the edge, unknowingly, but still, I take the blame.
What are you talking about?
Did you know I based the design for Hawkshaw on something Freya painted? That's right. I had assumed it was purely abstract. I just thought it had a good energy. I later discovered it was a figure of some kind, something from Freya's recurring nightmare. For all her vitality, I think Freya was probably the most troubled of all of us. She was desperate to leave Tangle Tower, but she couldn't just walk away. For quite some time, she'd been trying to break into Pointer's laboratory. Freya and her friends were halfway through deciphering those symbols on the harp statue, I believe.
Why did she care about getting into Pointer's lab?
That's exactly what I wondered. At first, I thought perhaps she just wanted to free the beetles. She has a fondness for them. What Pointer was doing upset her significantly. But in fact, I think it was something else. I think she wanted to free Fiona. The real reason Freya was unable to leave Tangle Tower is that she could not get Fiona to agree to come with her. We're now firmly in the realm of speculation, but I think Freya felt that exposing the darker secrets of Tangle Tower, not just to the rest of the family, but to the world, would compromise all 3 families, and perhaps, somehow, free Fiona from the shackles of her inheritance. That was her plan anyway, but something happened. Before Freya could find her way into Pointer's laboratory.
She found her way into your study, found your notes, found that photograph. I'm willing to bet she put it all together quicker than we did.
So she worked out what had happened to the 5 ambassadors. Specifically, what you'd done to them when they refused to help you.
Yeah, again, this made it look like she murdered them all. But again, she didn't murder him, because the other guy confessed. So did she murder the other 4? I don't know.
Freya had made a promise to paint Flora as a birthday gift, a parting gift no less. She'd be in a locked room, several hours away from her friends. It was my best chance.
But why hide in the attic? And why bother with the beetle at all?
The beetle in the gramophone wasn't for Freya. It was for Flora. She didn't deserve to be involved. She suffered enough. I couldn't get Flora out of the room, but if she could be unconscious, then she wouldn't have to witness anything.
Why the knife? The illusion of the painted knife with the blood.
That was for Fiona. And Poppy too, I suppose. Gave them something to focus on.
You mean it distracted them while you made your escape?
It helped them cope. The very idea of something abstract, something supernatural. I believe it made things marginally less painful for them, initially. Worked on you, too.
So why are you still here? Why not take your first chance and leave?
Well, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get my beetle back. I'd really rather not leave without it.
Wait, it's still here?
It's still inside the gramophone.
I'm surprised it didn't leave on its own. Like, surely it would have gotten hungry.
What's going on?
Poppy, they are both awake.
I can see.
You two all right?
My head hurts. What happened to us?
You were both unconscious. 14 minutes by my count.
Really?
You're both fine. No injuries.
Was it the beetle? In the gramophone? I heard it through the ceiling in my room.
The exact same sound we heard before the murder.
I guess it must have been.
So how did we get down here? What happened to Penny?
Fitz saved both of you, obviously.
When I reached Flora's tower, you were both unconscious, and Penny was crouched down beside you. She had her crossbow on her, but who knows? She may have just been checking you were both asleep.
Did you know that she was the murderer?
Poppy and Fifi suspected her. Apparently, they were pretty close to solving it themselves.
Fitz did not want to believe us, because he liked Penny.
But what happened? Fitz, what did she do when she saw you?
She jumped out the window.
What? Did she survive?
She did.
I heard something land in the garden outside my room, but by the time I got out there to check, she was already gone.
Hang on. Poppy, why do you have Penny's hat bird?
She left him behind. I found him sitting on the floor in the aviary, all by himself. Poor little thing. The mean lady didn't care about you at all, did she? She didn't.
I
It's
apologize.
just a hat.
Poppy seems to be under the illusion that the bird can understand human language.
I love his face!
Oh, Penny got away.
I'm afraid she did.
We had suspected she might try to escape. I was stationed here by the lake's edge. I proved to be an ineffective guard. She took the boat.
Did she take the beetle with her?
Nope,
How do you know?
because it's right here.
It was still in the gramophone. I guess I scared her off before she had a chance to take it.
Poppy, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give it back to your father?
No, I'm not. It doesn't belong to anyone. So, I'm going to put it on the ground and never bother it again. I think that's what she would have wanted.
So yeah, here's the plot point that drives me crazy, the plot hole. There is no feasible way Penny could have been Hawkshaw and Penny in two places at the same time. Like, we as detectives were going back and forth between the courtyard and the aviary constantly. There's no way she could have gone back and forth, let alone changed outfits and taken off a scar makeup instantly. You could kind of see her maybe getting away with it with the murder itself. For being Hawkshaw, switching out, and being Penny, switching back, and being Hawkshaw again. Like, you could see that happening. It'd be difficult, but you could see it happening. But yeah, that's the big plot hole, and it bugs me. This game is such a wonderful game in every other aspect, but that plot hole bugs me. Credits aren't too terribly long in this game, I guess. But yeah, I think it says a lot about how good the game is on its own with that big of a plot hole, because normally that kind of plot hole would make me never want to play a game again. But yeah, that was Tangle Tower. And I kind of, after watching it again, I'm wondering if maybe Freya's death was faked? And they kind of made it look like Penny killed the other ambassadors, but again, she didn't kill Richard. But it's highly insinuated. So I don't know. Maybe some stuff went over my head because I didn't play the first game the first time I played this. Yeah, now we have a full art gallery. Oh, neat. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Characters, locations, clues. Oh, neat. That's really cool. They added that in. And now we have all the music. Oh, that was startling. Then we have Detective Grimoire and all this other stuff. How do I get back to main menu? Ooh! That was startling. Ah, it's that. Okay. Is he redeeming now for us? Wow! Yay, we beat it! Wow!